Yo, what's up, y'all? Have y'all ever asked the girl that you married or supposed to be with out on the first date, and she denied you, bro?
And she denied it?
And she denied you? Shit. It was like that. Shocked the shit out of me. So, what's up, man? So, man, look, when I first met Love, I asked her out, man, and she was just like, I don't know, you so sweet. And I'm like, sweet? I ain't no seasoning.
No.
What'd you say?
No.
You ain't call me Duce?
He hit me up
You ain't call me
in my
Duce?
DMs on Facebook.
Facebook? How old are we? Dang.
Was
Was it MySpace?
It was Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you wanted me to do a campaign.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't know.
Okay.
I may not be modeling as much.
So when we say campaign, y'all, it ain't nothing crazy, right? It's not no BDSM. But out at the time, and we was doing, I had in my brain at that time, yeah, I wanted to reenact a 7 Deadly Sins photo shoot because I've always been an artist. So I was shooting photography, I was doing videos. This is before Instagram and YouTube became what it was, all of this. But like I always had in my mind, I was like, bro, why don't people cosplay? Why don't people cosplay before it even blew up? And I was like, yo, I need models. So I reached out to my beautiful wife here at that time. And I was like, hey, would you love to be one of the models to my 7 Deadly Sin idea? She straight curved me, y'all. She curved me, y'all. So what happened? Like, what? Why?
I said no.
Why?
Because I didn't know if I was going to continue the journey of modeling. I did it to help my sister.
Yeah. You so sweet. Mm-hmm.
Because she was getting started with her makeup business. You were building your portfolio. That's how we just all met.
She was building her portfolio.
I was building my portfolio as
of
a
what?
model.
How?
As a model.
How if you weren't sure if you were gonna be modeling?
You know how, well, you probably can't relate, but if you can, because you're tall and you're slim, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. You should be a model," or "Oh my God, are you a model?"
She took that to heart.
All of that. No, it's not that I took it to heart, because at one point I did want to become a model. I actually went to the casting call of American Next Top Model. My dreams were shot during the process because my mom, I had to do like a questionnaire, and the questionnaire was basically asking me like my hobbies, things that I liked, things that I didn't like, and a lot of my questions were like, God this, God that. And she was just like, they're not going to choose you. Like, you're being too spiritual. And during that time, I was just like, okay, whatever. And I still submitted my application or my questionnaire. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but a little bit later, I would go to different modeling agencies and try out. And I remember, what is that place? Park something. They were interested in me, but they also wanted money. And because I'm a research girly, I'm like, I need to research all of what they're talking about, because if an agency wants you, then you don't have to pay.
So
they were telling me I needed to pay and all of this other stuff.
So why did you end up curving me? Is what we talking about.
Back to it.
Well, bring it back. You were in left field. You went down.
Sister,
and then I was a model.
A couple of years later, my sister was just like, she had the interest in modeling. And a couple of years later, my sister took interest in doing makeup. And because I already had that model look, she was like, hey, would you like to be a model? And I was like, sure, I don't mind. So she ended up going on Craigslist, finding you. And we booked the first session. Her husband came along, and y'all,
they thought I was cool.
Yeah, oh yeah, my sister. Now that I think about it, you can kind of give off the vibes, babe. Cause the stuff that you be watching.
She said I remind her of Dexter and Joe. I gave her no type of impressions.
You didn't have to.
Oh.
You didn't have to, honey.
She called me a sociopath.
So, babe, so my brother-in-law ended up coming along. But anyways, we did the photo shoot. I was nervous as heck. But I think the day later or a couple of days later, he hit my inbox up and he was just like, hey, would you like to do this campaign? And I was like, I don't know, because...
And I wasn't even asking her out at this time.
No,
I was just asking her about photos.
It ended there. I'm just like...
It ended there.
Yeah, that was your next move. You're like, hey, you want to go
say
catch
move
a movie?
like I had this planned.
I don't know, because I don't know how many women he did this with or to. So, I mean, you can talk about it.
No, I never did this.
No.
I told you that. Like I never went off in that sense to date.
Because
to date like ladies that I work with in that sense, and if I did, I stopped working with them.
Okay, so y'all know, like,
you talking about like those photography guys that be using that camera.
Photography guys who use their camera as a means of, you know,
sliding the DMs.
Sliding in the DMs. But he asked me to do the campaign, and I was like, no, I was going through it already. I was dealing with my own set of issues in my life, which was mainly depression. But he wanted me to model, and I was just like, no, I don't know if I'm going to continue this. And then a little later, he was just like, hey, you want to go grab a movie? A
little later does not mean I text her 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later. It was a couple days or a week later.
It wasn't a week. It was literally like the next day.
It was not the next day.
Okay, well, whatever. It was still fresh.
Yeah, it was fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a follow-up.
It wasn't a week either. And I think it was a follow-up because I was like, get back to me or get back with me, and I'll let you know if I'm open to doing it. Mm-hmm. And so you were just like, you want to catch a movie? And I'm like...
So I had to figure out this whole thing. I asked her if she wanted to catch a movie, but catching a movie isn't as simple as catching a movie when you don't have a car. So because I didn't have this car, I had to manifest this car and figure out how and what car I was gonna use. So I think I ended up using my pop's car, huh?
Yes.
So I ended up using my pop's car, and I slid up on her.
Like it was yesterday. Y'all wait. Was it okay? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna bring it up.
All right, go.
But no.
Nah, because I totally forgot.
You came in your dad's car.
Did we pick up? Did I pick you up in his car?
Pick me up in his
and we went to movies.
Car, and we went to the movie.
White.
It was, I don't know. Was it
gray?
White or gray?
Gray.
You
talking about the old style Benz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
and
great.
It had the speakers.
Yeah.
And you were playing. Let me be your angel. Jennifer Hudson, y'all. I love that song because it reminds me of us.
So at that time, that's when Sucker Punch had came out, right? The movie Sucker Punch, and I was like, you want to go see it? She's not into sci-fi, fantasy, none of that stuff, but she liked the movie. And to my excitement, because I'm great that she liked the movie because I enjoyed it. And that's just how old we are, y'all. That's how young we are, y'all. Sucker Punch was in movie. It was in theaters. So we watched the movie and everything. So then after the movie, we was like, all right, we gotta catch something to eat. We looped through we went to AMC 24. We hit the corner from AMC 24 and we go to catch some
Boudreaux's crawfish.
We go to Boudreaux's. And then I was telling her, like, go ahead and eat. And she was like, I'm going to eat.
Yeah, I was not shy. I was like, you going to eat some of the crawfish? Because I'm going to eat all of it.
And
I don't want to eat all of it.
And I was like,
it was just like on our first date, it was just like friend vibes. Because I think I paid for the movies and you paid for the food. Or you paid for
something
the movies,
like that,
I paid for the food. But either way.
It wasn't no tripping on no 50-50. Because like a lot of people in dating culture right now.
I already know.
Like, bruh.
I already know. And that's really what set us apart. Because even though he didn't have a car, he didn't have his own place, I was in a space in my life to where I was just like, I'm not dating no dude who don't have his own place, who don't have his own car, who don't have a job.
I checked all those red flags. That's why she popped the balloon on my head.
I was like, I don't want none of it. Like, you ain't on your P's and Q's. Like, I don't want to date you. I'm not wasting my time. And so,
And
I want to say when we were at the restaurant,
yeah,
and we were talking just about life, and like he had this real big behind tee on. It's like the black tee. Was it black or was it white? I think it was a big black tee and some big sagging jeans. And he was like this small. And I was like, what? I'm like, and so intelligent. Like, I could see, and he wasn't trying to put on for me. It's like I could already see him. And I was just telling him at the table, I was like, you don't dress how you dress does not make up like who you are.
And this is where I get into conversations with people and I tell them about false advertising. Is that because where I come from, that street appeal and street attire, and my conversation and the things that I adapted to in my life is like on a whole nother side of those things, is that it didn't match.
And I told him, I was like, you need to start dressing like this is not you. And
it was.
I was just like, this is not you. And so the night went on. I think you kissed me, and I was just like, thank you.
Did she gonna say thank you?
Yeah, I said thank you.
So look, let's start it over. Name and age. Name and age.
Hi, I'm Stevie, and I wait, my age now or back then?
I guess back then, but look, I don't even watch the show. I just always hear her having it on her phone.
Hey, I'm Stevie. I'm from Houston, and I'm 22.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. It's not a real guys no more, but you know. Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm from Houston, and I'm 21. Yeah. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Would you like to go out on a date?
No. No.
Why is it a no for him?
His attire, I don't like what he have on, and his jeans are too baggy, and...
All right, Zoe, what do you do? I'm an aspiring content creator. This term did not exist then. I'm an aspiring content creator, do little videos here, photography there. I freelance, I couch surf. You know, I'm an artist, true to heart. Do you have any personal goals that you would like to achieve in life? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
But I didn't. So even though my boyfriend had like the baggy clothes, I was able to see past that. And he would. Were you reaching out to me before the date or after the date?
After. Cause that's when you had like the stuffy nose or something. Like you weren't feeling too hot.
After the date, he just kept blowing me up. And yes,
go ahead.
You were checking on me and sending me good morning texts and just all the things. And I was not into it. I was just like, no, I just can't. I wasn't feeling it just because where I was at in my life. And he was very persistent. And one day, I was just like, you know what? What is like when I got out of that depression, I reached out to him and I was just like, I apologize. I don't know I've been going through some things, and
So, like, for people that have bothersome, persistent good guys that's constantly in their DMs, in they text messages, but they're dealing with like their own world reality, baby daddies, parents, whatever, exes, what would you say to them, or how can you talk them through the situation to perhaps give that other person a shot or work something out?
I would just communicate. I wouldn't, like, if I could go back, or even if you're in the situation, like, I would just communicate, even like where you're at in that space. Because, like, if even though like he was texting me and was just like, hey, how you doing, or good morning, I didn't leave him on dry. Like, I responded, right?
Sometimes.
Okay, sometimes I did respond, and obviously the times I didn't respond is because I was in my own funk. So,
And I wasn't taking it personal.
if you know that the guy is just really like taking that extra mile to speak to you or whatever the case, like, and if you again sense that he is a good person, then why not just bring him into your world? Like, let him know what you are dealing with. And when I say let him know what you're dealing with, I'm not saying like to get too personal, but when I finally let him know, I was just like, hey, I haven't been my best. Just have a lot of things on my plate. Forgive me, you know. And when I did that, that's when he was just like, um, I understand, but I wasn't reaching out no more. Like, that was it. Like, if you wouldn't have reached out, like if I wouldn't have texted him, we probably wouldn't be where we're at today. But I just believe everything happens for a reason, and what's meant to be. What's the Bible scripture? What God put together, let no man put asunder.
Asunder. Not us under, asunder. It's one word. Not two. So with that there, she did pop the balloon on me, y'all, as y'all seen firsthand. And she curved the heck out of me, man. And it's a lot of times where we're going through life and like you might be curving somebody. You might be curving somebody that probably be that person that you've been praying for. What you got to say?
Because I know you're gonna end it right out there. Whatever
you don't know that.
Yes, I
Go
do.
ahead.
So I do want to say, like, after our first date and just us spending a little bit more time together, and I could honestly say that I could tell that he reverenced me, like what I shared with him at the table, just about like me seeing who he was. You know, he had his long hair, and it wasn't combed. It was combed.
Was it?
It was just pushed back, and I was just like, this is like, I see so much more. And I think the next time I seen you, you had cut your hair.
Probably so.
And you surprised me. Like, I didn't ask you to cut your hair, but I suggested that you tamed it. So I guess, you know, we know each other long enough for you to know that I could do hair. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if you probably knew that I could braid, you know, then you probably would have kept it. But eventually,
it was on the verge of leaving. It was about time. So like, but inside of like all of that though, is that the one thing too of why I don't think that it bothered either of us in the sense of how it couldn't have worked out, because we were in our own worlds. And for me, it was always chasing creativity, freedom, and just community, just being around others and just energy. And then for when I met my wife, it was become more about sharing that experience with her, you know? And that's the thing is that I believe like heavily is that a lot of us here in Earth are to share experiences with one another, but not like on Instagram or something like that, to where that there's a lot of jealousy and you flexing, but to actually share and welcome people into the experiences that you're having, to educate, to entertain, and like literally like drop all those veils and facades, you know what I mean? And like that's what I wanted to do with you. And that's what we did when we went to Cali. I got to share that with you. That's it. You turn my car.
Why you didn't?